I'm organizing here. Don't interrupt me while I'm organizing. I got emails to write. Hey guys, ESL Trailblazer, we're back. And those are the themes of today's lesson, okay? The episode is about organizing and emailing. What are we doing? We gotta burn to learn. Let's get started. So, with organize, that's my word for this episode. What I'm trying to get to you here is that we gotta use something else. Last week it was good. This week we're going with organize. I'm gonna come back to good because I know how much I got some really good feedback from all of you. So I know you're liking this, but I need to move on to the other words. We'll come back. We'll be on a rotational basis with this, okay? But organize. Everybody's always saying, I gotta organize. I gotta organize my Christmas presents. I gotta organize the party. I gotta organize my desk. I gotta organize my house. Organize. Let's mix it up. How can we mix it up? Here we go. Arrange. We can arrange stuff. We can arrange a meeting. We can arrange a party. We can arrange to meet up with our friends. Okay? We can arrange the office. Boom. How do you like that? Arrange. Next word. To run. Not run, but run the office. Run operations. Run the show. Run the party. If you're in charge, you're running it. You're organizing it. There we go. To run. Number 3. Mobilize. Now, I know you're used to hearing Mobilize in Medal of Honor or in military type movies, but we can mobilize resources and we can mobilize our staff or our employees for a certain project, etc. Mobilize. Next one. I really like this one. Coordinate. We gotta coordinate. You can coordinate with colleagues. You can coordinate with other departments. You can coordinate with friends over the New Year's Eve celebrations that you're going to be celebrating very soon. You're coordinating. I love coordinating. Who doesn't like coordinating? Coordinate. Boom. That's a word right there. Do not use organize. Another one, last one before we move on. Sort out. I need to sort it out. I need to sort out this problem. I need to sort out my life. I need to sort out my desk. Sort it out then. What are you waiting for? Burn to learn. Sort out your vocabulary. Make it more fluent by sorting it out. Don't use good. Don't use bad. Don't use affect like I told you last week. And here, avoid that word organize. Let's make it with something else. Let's make something happen. Okay? So those are the words for our first segment today. The next segment I want to talk about is emailing. Okay? A lot of my clients have been asking me about this. They're having some troubles. I got one piece of advice for you. Proofread it. Why are we proofreading? What's so difficult about proofreading? Just do it. That's all you gotta do. Just do it. Make it a ritual. A ritual every time. Like, don't let it go. Even native speakers proofread. Why do you proofread? Numerous reasons. Typos, punctuation, grammar errors, spelling errors. When you proofread, meaning when you reread it again, you pick up on all these things. We're humans, we make mistakes, whether English is our second language or our first language. I always proofread my stuff. I find mistakes in there. And who knows, if you reread it, you might decide that a sentence or two are not written to your liking and you want to change something up. Okay, maybe it doesn't sound as good. Remember this is something I always tell my students who in Poland like to write direct emails and just be direct with the information. You got to think about the recipient, the person receiving it. Think about how they're going to receive it. If you're giving bad news or if you're being very aggressive, it's not going to be received and welcomed, and you might not get a response immediately. So think about your reader, your recipient, when you're writing it. Be soft. Remember I told you, we English speakers, you need to soften it. We're gentle beings. We don't like the directness, okay? Keep that in mind when you're writing. Also when you're writing, structure, layout, very important. Keep those sentences short. You're not writing an essay here. You want people to read it, or do you want people to fall asleep? Okay, this is not the platform to, impress people with your savvy long sentences to show them how good your English is. Keep it short and to the point, and put the information that is essential, crucial, valuable, vital, all those synonyms for important. Mix it up, burn to learn, okay? Put those statements at the very first paragraph. Tell them what you are writing about and what the point of the email is, okay? Which brings me to one more thing you should do in the email is tell people what action you expect them to take. If you don't ask them to do anything, you know what they're gonna do? Delete. Bye-bye email, no response. Then you're gonna be like, what happened? Why didn't you answer? I'll tell you why they're not going to answer. Because you didn't tell them to do anything. You just informed. Informed. Okay? Tell them what to do. If you got an attachment, tell them there's an attachment. Tell them what to do with that attachment. Tell them to open it. Tell them to read it. Tell them to print it. Tell them to fill it out, to sign it, to send it back, etc. You got to do that. It seems obvious, and I'm sorry if I'm telling you obvious stuff, but people are forgetting about it. It's the little things, okay? Got to make it happen. Let's make something happen, okay? So tell them the action you want them to take with the attachment or in general, and tell them what action you're taking. If you're writing a letter of complaint, or you're writing because you need important information very quickly, I'm sorry, important, I meant crucial, vital, essential, thank you, okay? You need to tell them what actions you're taking to resolve an issue, or what recommendations you're making that's helping the issue get resolved. Okay, by telling your recipient, especially if it's a boss or a manager, a team leader, etc., or a teacher or somebody, what you're doing in the situation really helps get a response. Because then, let's say I'm the recipient, I see that you are doing something, and I feel obligated to respond and tell you what I think or what I'm going to do in response to your action. Okay, very important. As far as language goes, you can also use, one more thing before I move on to the language, I almost forgot. Almost forgot that. Burn to learn. Remember, burn to learn. You can use bullet points to make it easier to read if you don't have a lot to say, like a list kind of, or subheadings. Subheadings makes it much easier to read, easier to scan quickly. When people want to read it, they got 50 over 100 emails to read. They don't have time to read your essay. Subheadings, make it easy. Make it easy, you'll get a response. All right, so bullet points, subheadings, that's the thing I want to add. As far as language goes, real quick, I don't want to make this a long episode. I want to keep it short to keep your attention, okay? So what do we got for language? I already told you about the word organize. You know about that. So I think what I really want to focus on here is when you're having communication with emails back and forth, and you're referencing what was already said, which is something you need to do in the email. Reference what was already communicated. What can we use? Here we go. With reference to, further to, following our meeting, following our discussion, further to our discussion, further to our meeting. With regarding the questions raised in the meeting. There's 4 right there. Do you need more? Use that stuff, man. Man and woman. Further to, following our discussion, with reference to. I think that's enough. You got those 3 right there. Boom, you're ready to rock. Okay? If you're starting and you got questions, customer service, I'm writing to inquire about, or I'm writing to inquire whether. This word inquire, it's rock and roll, that word, okay? We don't write, I'm writing to ask a question. Nah. I'm writing to inquire about. Customer service, that's the word, okay? And to finish, should you have any further questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Should you have any issues, please feel free to contact us, to email us, to call us. I'm looking forward to your response. That goes in the email, but it also goes for this video. I'm looking forward to hearing from you. That goes for emails, and it goes for this video. I'd love to hear from you guys. You know that I care about this, okay? So let's make something happen. That's all I got. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm all done. Remember, subscribe. Remember, share it. We're burning to learn here, okay? Now let's make something happen, build that momentum. Remember, native speaker, teacher, student, it doesn't matter. We can always improve our fluency, and if we want to do it, we need to be strategic and we need to have that ritual. In the email, it's about proofreading every time. It's about telling the recipient what action we're taking. For these videos, your ritual is to press that subscribe button or press that share button so we can get this club growing together. And your ritual for fluency is little by little, each day, my advice is incorporate some of this language I'm telling you about day by day. It can be 3 words a day, or it can be a couple of sentences a day. Just try to, and if you feel like your English skills are really high, just incorporate something new. Use it in there. Get it in the mix-up. Your brain will thank you. Your listeners will thank you. And you'll be happy with yourself. Boom. I'm all done. That's all I got for you. Another week. Episode 8. Let's do this. Let's make something happen. And always remember, burn to learn. I'll see you guys next week. Later.